Picture the long library at Sandringham just before sunrise. Lamplight pooling on old oak. King Charles hunched over briefing notes that still read Prince's Foundation, even though his Coronation ink dried months ago. He makes one edit. King's Foundation. Ambassador Princess Eugenie. By noon, that single line detonates through every royal inbox from Clarence House to Kensington Palace, and the family's quietest art lover is suddenly front-page news. If that image already has you leaning closer, tap the thumbs up so YouTube shows this breakdown to other royal sleuths, and subscribe to this channel with the bell on. Every time a crown tilts, we're here first. Today we unpack why Charles chose Eugenie, what her new mentor badge actually means, and the 3-image Instagram post that hinted at a strategy bigger than anyone guessed. Stick around to the final minute. I'll reveal the hidden lever Charles just installed that could convert younger royals from question marks into cornerstones. Princess Eugenie of York, Andrew and Sarah's younger daughter, grew up one row behind the working corps. She was always there at trooping, but never center. Instead, she built a resume, art history degree, internships in New York galleries, now director at Hauser & Wirth in Mayfair. Translation: she can spot a fake Rothko at 30 paces and negotiate 6-figure sales without needing a palace equerry. That mix of royal polish and real-world hustle is catnip to Charles, who's hunting modern faces for his foundation. The King's Foundation is his lifelong sandbox. Heritage crafts, regenerative farming, sustainable architecture. It teaches dry stone walling one week, 3D carbon mapping the next, all under the banner Harmony. But to stay relevant, those programs need young ambassadors who can talk TikTok as fluently as timber framing. Enter Eugenie. Charles didn't just hand her a ribbon-cutting roster. He named her mentor to the Foundation's 35 under 35 changemaker list. Young milliners, knitwear wizards, low-carbon builders, each considered a future custodian of British craft. Reporters expected a photo op and a polite quote. Instead, Eugenie met the full cohort at Dumfries House and spent 4 hours swapping sketches, business cards, and, according to one attendee, podcast playlists. She asked every maker the same 2 questions. What keeps you up at night, and how can heritage solve it? Those answers become her playbook. She'll pair each talent with an industry mentor, host pop-up showcases at Hauser & Wirth, and feed success stories back to Charles's policy team. Now, here's the twist most headlines missed. The morning after meeting the crafts group, Eugenie posted 3 photos on Instagram from the Yale Center for British Art. Tracy Emin's neon confession glowing against concrete, Turner's swirling seascape, and a shot of her own notebook scribble. Emotion travels through time. No mention of the King's Foundation, yet that post does 2 strategic things. First, it signals her global art Rolodex. Second, it frames art as universal language. The exact pitch she'll use when mentoring. Call it subtle branding, royal enough to nudge, not brag. Why does Charles care? Because the monarchy's survival graph now rises or falls on soft power, education grants, climate workshops, craft apprenticeships. If Eugenie can turn one stone carver project into a viral reel, the crown earns relevance points without spending a penny of taxpayer cash. And Charles knows optics. Appointing Andrew's daughter to a service-heavy role quietly rehabilitates the York branch without letting Prince Andrew near a balcony. Political chess disguised as family unity. If the idea of a Windsor Women's Brigade intrigues you, drop an I in the comments so I know the deep dive crowd is with me. And if you forgot, quick tap on subscribe ensures the algorithm keeps these analyses in your feed rather than burying them under cat compilations. Zoom into the mentoring blueprint. Phase 1. Eugenie hosts monthly virtual surgeries where each young maker presents a problem, finding ethical suppliers, scaling e-commerce, filing heritage site permits. She invites her art world contacts, curators, PR execs, sustainability gurus, to give lightning feedback. Phase 2. Field residencies. Imagine the knitwear designer spending a week in Balmoral shepherd huts learning natural dyes, or the milliner stitching with Savile Row offcuts. Eugenie's role is connector, translator, hype engine. By year's end, each mentee showcases a finished piece at a palace-backed gala, raising funds for the foundation's bursaries. It's Dragon's Den meets Duchess Diaries. The appointment also slams Eugenie onto the public expectation treadmill. Critics long lumped her with non-working royals enjoying perks without output. Now she's frontline. Success means measurable outcomes, jobs created, heritage skills recorded, carbon saved. Failure becomes tabloid fodder. Yet insiders say she's hungry for the challenge. After 2 maternity leaves, she wanted a project bigger than ribbon snips. This is it. We can't ignore the elephant in tales, Prince Andrew. His scandals threaten to eclipse any York achievement. By aligning Eugenie with Charles's flagship charity, the monarchy sends a coded message: judge the daughter on merit, not the father's mess. And because the role is unpaid and impact-driven, Republicans have little fiscal ammo. Smart move. Social media reaction split, half cheering a fresh female face, half sneering Nippo mentor. Eugenie's response? Double down on transparency. She plans quarterly updates, stats, stories, maybe even behind-the-scenes vlogs. A royal first if she pulls it off, and it mirrors William and Catherine's shift toward candid social content. The younger Windsors know filtered perfect is out, process-focused is in. Here's the hidden lever. Courtiers whisper, Charles is testing a wider royal contract. Niche skill appointments for cousins instead of blanket patronage. Think Princess Beatrice guiding fintech literacy. Lady Louise spearheading youth cadet training. If Eugenie's mentorship yields tangible results, expect a rollout, each non-core royal given a micro-portfolio tied to personal expertise. Monarchy as startup incubator rather than pomp machine. Imagine 5 years from now, a certificate on a young sculptor's studio wall, co-signed by the King's Foundation and mentor Eugenie of York, serving as both credential and cultural diplomacy. That's the legacy play. Where does this leave other royals? William reportedly texted congratulations with a wry caveat: talk to my Earthshot team if you need viral strategies. Catherine sent a private note praising the focus on young creators. Even Princess Anne, famously no nonsense, is said to approve. If you're working, you're useful. Potential pitfalls? Time management. Eugenie juggles gallery duties, motherhood, and now a national mentorship scheme. Overpromising could sabotage credibility. Second, separating her personal art market interests from the foundation's nonprofit ethos. Hauser and Worth will need firewalls. No private sales pitched off foundation contacts. Transparency again. If you value this level of detail over clickbait, hit like. It costs nothing, but influences what YouTube promotes. And subscribe, because next episode we decode Camilla's quiet lobbying for literacy charities while the king navigates planning permission wars at Sandringham. Yes, really. Big picture. King Charles hands Eugenie a mentorship role that turns art passion into social capital. Eugenie responds by spotlighting contemporary and classical British art, framing herself as bridge builder. The move offers the monarchy a template for deploying younger royals without inflating payroll. Success could inspire a skills, not status contract for every Windsor cousin, all while rebranding the York branch away from past shadows. Your turn on the chessboard. Does Eugenie's professional art background make her the perfect mentor, or does linking a commercial gallery director to a royal charity muddy the waters? Drop your verdict below. Be as blunt as you like. Respectful debate fuels the algorithm and, frankly, sharpens the palace's strategy more than any focus group. Remember, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the next royal power move decoded. Until then, keep your notifications on and your curiosity sharper than a Turner horizon. Thanks for watching to the very end. See you in the comments.